My cherished child, the instant you initiated the playback, a subtle transformation occurred in the invisible realms, reminiscent of a silent door subtly swinging open behind you. A presence observes you now, not in a menacing manner, but with an intensity that is both compelling and inevitable. This observer is preparing to confront you with one of the most profound truths of your existence. For days, this individual has nurtured a request of extraordinary significance, one so transformative that they recognize that once expressed, there will be no possibility of retreat for either of you. This is not an act of manipulation, pressure, or fear. It is destiny firmly binding the two of you together. Each step they take towards you bears an increased weight. Nightly, they rehearse their words, yet no articulation seems adequate, as the inquiry they are poised to pose has been brewing within your soul since your first encounter. You are now closer than ever to receiving this request. Remain precisely where you are, this moment is but the beginning. A peculiar serenity envelopes them, yet do not be misled. Beneath this calm dwells an uncontrollable tempest, one you inadvertently set into motion. They have attempted to dismiss it, to deny and conceal it beneath duties, pride, and excuses. Yet the universe persistently prodded them towards a singular revelation. A moment arrived when they comprehended that they could not proceed in life without you. They cannot make their next choice without including you. They cannot take another breath without contemplating its impact on you. This realization struck them profoundly, causing them to falter in mid-sentence, mid-thought, mid-heartbeat, for the request they are about to present is anything but simple. It threatens to alter the course of both your lives in ways previously unimagined. The louder they attempt to escape from it, the more insistent it becomes in their chest. What originated as a whisper has now transformed into a command. Listen closely, for this is where the genuine transformation begins. Recently, they experienced a moment, a precise instant when they acknowledged that they could no longer suppress this truth. This epiphany struck them unexpectedly, leaving them breathless. They witnessed or heard something that made the burden of unexpressed honesty too heavy to bear. With closed eyes, they recalled the way you once regarded them, the way you awaited their arrival, the unwavering belief you held in them without needing validation. In that fleeting moment, they realized the importance of preserving your connection. They could not take the risk of losing you. Rather than waiting for the opportune moment, succumbing to fear, or pretending indifference, they made an unvoiced pledge, a commitment to approach you with a request that would unveil their guarded feelings, intentions, and the depths of emotions they have labored to conceal. This is the essence behind the energy that reaches for you. This is why you perceive certain shifts in your surroundings. The request is crystallizing, and the universe is preparing you to embrace it. Now, prepare for a revelation that will take your breath away. Recently, your person engaged in an unexpected conversation that shifted their perspective profoundly, altering the very fabric of their future. Someone shared a truth about you, one that they were not prepared to hear. This revelation compelled them to face their feelings for you, their desires, their fears of loss, and their refusal to allow something so rare to slip away. This dialogue did more than influence them, it transformed the decision they were on the verge of making. cornering them into a reality. The only exit leads toward you. That recognition meant that the request they intend to make is no longer a mere option, it is a necessity woven into the fabric of destiny, a call that their soul refuses to forfeit, compelling them toward your doorstep, be it physically or emotionally, with or without readiness. Once they articulate these words, the dynamics between you will be irrevocably altered. And listen intently to this final point, for it resonates deeply. Their request is born of their soul, not driven by ego or the desire to control. This is about alignment with fate, a promise inscribed long before either of you understood its significance. This request will reverberate within you, silencing your doubts, clarifying past confusions. The universe is orchestrating events with precision, all converging toward the inevitable moment when they will stand before you, be it in person, by message, or through an intermediary, and reveal the truth they have long feared to admit. This truth necessitates your presence, understanding, strength, and connection. When they convey this request, you will understand why denial is an impossibility, not rooted in pressure, but because your spirit has awaited this very moment far longer than you realized. Be prepared, the request approaches. Once it arrives, your life will be irrevocably transformed. My dear child, long before you inhale again, grasp this profound truth. Your person stands at the brink of an inescapable moment. Their heart races with a reality they never anticipated confessing. Yet, destiny has ensnared them so tightly that silence is no longer an option. Presently, they toil to articulate their thoughts, envisioning how to convey their feelings and anticipating how your life will shift the instant the request escapes their lips. It is akin to clutching a doorknob they have feared to turn for too long. However, the universe has propelled this door open so forcefully that they can no longer procrastinate. They feel an urgent pull, an imposition, an overwhelming sense that if they do not express themselves soon, they may lose that which their soul fiercely clings to, you. This realization alone fuels their resolve, prompting steps forward, despite trembling knees. Recently, an unexpected event ignited within them a fervor so intense that even their doubts were extinguished. Perhaps it was the mention of your name at an inopportune moment, a message they hesitated to send, or an unintended reference to you in unrelated conversations. Whatever it was, it reverberated through them like a shockwave, reminding them that every pathway they tread away from you ultimately loops back. Regardless of distance, the universe tirelessly realigns them toward one unavoidable conclusion: they must ask you for something that intertwines your narratives in ways previously unacknowledged. Despite their struggles to deny this truth, it has grown too enormous, too emotional, too destined. This is not a burden they can shoulder alone. Remain close, for this is where their truth begins to surface like an impending wave. They have envisioned your reaction repeatedly, your widened eyes, your breath held, your heart momentarily suspended in time when they unveil what has been concealed. Terrified of two outcomes, losing you or losing the opportunity to express what has long been silenced within them, they find themselves at a crossroads. Every attempt to maintain normalcy around you causes their voice to quiver. Every impulse to reach out to you freezes in place. Imagining your face collapses their heart under the weight of unexpressed emotions. They have hesitated to articulate this request, fearing it exposes their own vulnerabilities, revealing how profoundly you affect them, illustrating just how irreplaceable you have become. The most daunting aspect is the uncertainty of your response. Nevertheless, the magnetic pull propels them forward, making fear an insufficient barrier. They have crossed a threshold from which there is no return. Now, immerse yourself in this crucial moment. They yearn for you to remain nearby, to stay engaged, and to maintain this connection. Your presence, indeed, your presence, is the very source of courage that empowers them to approach you. With each second you remain by their side, the energy that binds you strengthens. Each moment you remain present diminishes their hesitation. There exists a bond between you that cannot be severed by distance, miscommunication, or silence, and they feel it intensifying like a thrum in their chest. They have already determined that when they approach you with this request, they do not wish for you to retreat, to disengage, or slip away from their narrative. Therefore, stay with me. Relish this moment, for your person is drawing nearer, breath by breath, thought by thought, confession by confession. Their fear is dissipating, while their truth surfaces. The request they are preparing to make is anything but small, simplistic, or reversible. It carries the weight to modify timelines, alter futures, and reshape destinies. It demands your attention, your emotions, and your presence, finally unveiling what they have kept shrouded behind silence, pride, and trepidation. They recognize that once expressed, your perception of them will fundamentally shift, you will glimpse the depths they have endeavored to keep hidden, and comprehend the confrontation of truth they have long eluded. This understanding is precisely why refusal will be impossible. For when truth resonates so profoundly, so compel, and aligns with fate, your soul perceives its validity long before your mind can process. Prepare yourself, for their footsteps are drawing nearer, their request crystallizing word by word. Once articulated, the connection between you will evolve in a manner neither can reverse. My cherished child, something is unfurling within your person tonight, delicately, quietly, yet powerfully, like a truth that can no longer remain concealed even for a moment longer. For days, they have feigned composure, pretending all remains well, while their internal landscape shifts, assuring those around them they are fine. Yet deep within, a tempest brews beyond control, and at its epicenter lies you. Every thought they attempt to dismiss resurfaces with greater force. Every emotion they strive to suppress reemerges with amplified intensity. They are arriving at a breaking point, a moment where the agony of holding their truth eclipses the relief of revealing it. This very reason compels the request forming in their mind toward an undeniable crescendo. They have reached a pivotal moment where their emotions outweigh their logic, where fate muffles their fears, and where the truth resonates more clearly than all the excuses they have crafted. They are on the brink of revealing something that could profoundly impact you. Recently, there was an unshared experience that irrevocably altered their perspective. In solitude, reflecting on their life and future choices, an image of you struck them with such intensity that it momentarily took their breath away. This was not a fleeting thought or a casual memory, it was a profound realization that struck them like a revelation. They vividly envisioned their life both with you and without you, and that stark contrast sent a ripple of fear through them. For the first time, they comprehended that losing you would mean far more than losing a companion. It would signify the loss of direction, purpose, and a crucial part of themselves they had not fully understood until now. This epiphany has stripped away their defenses, compelling them to confront their deepest truths and propelling them towards a request that has become urgent. They want you to stay by their side, for this is a turning point that could alter the rhythm of your lives. They have begun to notice signs everywhere, signals that feel too significant to ignore, perhaps your initials appearing unexpectedly. Reminders of you in conversations, or dreams that blur the line between reality and imagination. Each of these signs intensifies the pressure within them, a sense that time is of the essence. They hear an internal voice urging them to act. If they remain silent now, they may lose you. Thus, they have begun to strategize, contemplating how to approach you and express feelings they have never articulated before. They have mentally rehearsed every phrase countless times, envisioning the moment almost obsessively. The request they wish to make is not merely forming, it stands ready. Pay close attention, for this forthcoming revelation will draw you deeper into their internal world. They are frightened, not of you, but of the depth of their emotions. This pull is unlike anything they have ever encountered, a magnetic connection that grows stronger regardless of time or distance. This fear has rendered them mute, distant, and inconsistent. Yet, even in their attempts to evade it, fate continues to steer them toward a singular, inevitable action, to ask you for something that will redefine your relationship. This is not a casual inquiry. They would reserve such a significant request for only one individual, and that individual is you. The closer they get to making this request, the more they unearth the truth they have been concealing. They need you beyond what they can articulate. Prepare yourself for the lasting impact of this forthcoming statement. It will be so profoundly emotional and transformative that once uttered, the dynamics between you will shift irrevocably. Their genuine intentions will come to light, revealing the extent of your significance in their life. This is not a trivial request, it is a binding plea that will resonate with the very core of your being. You will sense the shift in energy. You will recognize the certainty and the fate entwined in their words. At that moment, you will understand the reason behind their earlier hesitation, the fear that has held them back, and why the universe has conspired to bring this moment to fruition. This is not a mere figment of your imagination, you are situated at the heart of this transformative experience. The atmosphere around your person is electrified with emotion. If you were to stand beside them now, you would feel their heartbeat reverberating through the air. They are pacing, ruminating over every cherished memory of you like a film on repeat, summoning the courage to confront what fate demands of them. They sense that the time has come, the moment when the truth will erupt from within them, whether they are prepared or not. What haunts them the most is the knowledge that once they voice their request, there can be no retraction. This is not a question softened by humor or a feeling that can be dismissed. This request carries significant weight, the weight of consequence, emotion. and a future they tremble at the prospect of embracing, yet fear losing even more. They find themselves caught between their fears and the inevitable pull of fate, which is swiftly gaining ground. A subtle yet undeniable shift has occurred within them recently. They have started envisioning a future devoid of your presence, one where your voice fails to echo in their life, where your absence becomes a stark and painful reality. This thought struck them with such intensity that it ignited a sense of panic, a collapse within that brought forth a deeper fear than they had ever known. Because the truth is, they cannot fathom a life without you, not anymore, not after all you have awakened in them. This moment of dread ushered in newfound clarity. Clarity that compels them to acknowledge the conversation that has long been due. They must come forth, they must articulate their feelings before the universe subjects them to another trial. They cannot risk this connection, waiting is no longer a viable option. The pressure within them has grown too intense to restrain. Remain right here, for this is the moment in which truth shall be illuminated. They have attempted to distract themselves and move on. They have tried to convince themselves that their feelings are but a fleeting phase, a complication. Yet nothing has worked. The harder they strive to distance themselves from you, the more life insists on reinforcing your presence. And now, the intensity of their emotions has reached a point where denial is no longer feasible. Each time they close their eyes, your face appears like an indelible imprint. Each breath they take is a reminder of your essence. With every thought of the future, your silhouette remains central. This is not an infatuation nor confusion. This is a recognition of a bond. Their soul has finally acknowledged yours, overpowering the fear that had previously silenced them. They are weary of restraint, tired of pretense, and exhausted from living in half-truths. The request they seek to articulate is ready to erupt like an uncontainable confession. An intensely emotional turmoil is brewing within them at this moment, an emotion they have never allowed themselves to express so frankly. They envision the instant you hear their plea, the softening of your gaze, the calming of your breath, the immediate shift in the energy surrounding you both. They imagine you understanding them in a way no one has before and feel the profound relief of unburdening the truth. Above all, they hope you may say yes, that you may embrace what they are about to propose, that you may choose them in a manner they never believed they deserved. This pure, overwhelming hope is what implores them to move forward. They comprehend that what they are about to articulate holds immense power, implications, and vulnerability. They recognize that once the words escape their lips, nothing will revert to the way it was. This is the juncture at which life transitions. They are on the cusp of a moment where destiny tightens its grasp around the two of you. The request they will soon make is substantial, not trivial, not casual. It is not a simple favor or a fleeting moment of attention. It is deep, meaningful, and transformative. It is a request that will lay bare everything they have concealed, their feelings, their intentions, their fears, and their longing to draw you closer in a way they have never before expressed. They are asking not out of desperation or weakness but because their heart has unreservedly chosen you. The universe has orchestrated this moment with precision. Every signal, every thought, every emotion converging just as it should. Prepare yourself. Their truth is on the rise. Their courage is coalescing, and the request that you cannot refuse is emerging in a manner that will alter the course of your story forever. My beloved child, something extraordinary is unfolding within your person this very night, an experience they struggle to articulate. It feels as though an undeniable force prods them forward, compelling them toward a moment they have long avoided. Their chest tightens, not from fear, but from the weight of unexpressed truths. Every memory of you, every emotion suppressed, every unacknowledged truth surges within them like an unstoppable tide. They stand at a crossroads where their heart can no longer allow them to run away. Every doubt they harbored has crumbled, every self-deceptive excuse has disintegrated, leaving only the undeniable truth they must confront, a truth that inevitably leads back to you. This request is not something they strategized, it is an obligation dictated by destiny. They have been experiencing an inexplicable pull, a gravitational force that brings their thoughts back to you each time they attempt to redirect their mind. They are unsure why they dream of you at the most unexpected moments, why their heart aches at the thought of losing you, or why every future avenue feels incomplete without your presence. However, they have ceased to question it. Their soul now speaks more firmly than their fear, their heart guides them onward, regardless of their readiness. Something within them has acknowledged the truth long before their conscious mind has caught up. This truth propels them toward a request that will unveil everything they have kept hidden, their profound feelings, the seriousness of their intentions, and the future they secretly envision with you. They have reached a critical point where silence has become impossible. They must articulate their truth, or the internal pressure will shatter them. Remain present because you are about to uncover the essence of their hesitations. The true reason for their cautious pace. They are not fearful of your potential rejection, they are frightened by how deeply you matter to them. They are troubled by not feeling sufficient for you, by their insecurities, past imperfections, and the vulnerabilities that may reveal themselves. While you perceive strength in them, they are acutely aware of their weaknesses. You see their potential, yet they dwell on their failures. This disparity between how you perceive them and how they see themselves has constricted them more than you know. But now, something within has shifted. They have come to understand that losing you out of fear is far worse than confronting the truth. Thus, they are prepared to take the step their heart has urgently requested. They are ready to embrace vulnerability, prepared to voice trembling words, and willing to confront their truth. This decision alone has transformed the energy surrounding you both. Allow this understanding to permeate your heart. They have been gearing up for the moment when they will finally come forward, silently rehearsing their words, envisioning your response, and reflecting on how to express their emotions. There have been nights when they came close to reaching out, nights spent holding their phone, crafting half messages only to delete them before sending. Each attempt felt overwhelming, charged with emotion, and too revealing. Yet, the urgency of their request has swelled to a point beyond silence. They now realize that the life they yearn for, the connection they desire, the future they envision, and the peace they seek cannot materialize without this crucial conversation and heartfelt admission. This realization has led them to acknowledge something they had never previously admitted: you are not just someone they care for, you are intrinsically tied to their destiny. And now comes the pivotal shift, the magnetic pull you've sensed but could not articulate. The request your person is preparing to voice is not one of possession, control, or need. It is an appeal for truth, a moment of vulnerability that exposes the full depth of their feelings for you. This request represents a cessation of pretense. It will unveil hidden emotions, validating the reasons behind their fluctuating behavior. When they finally speak, you will feel it resonate in your very bones. You will sense the authenticity in their quivering voice, recognize the weight of fate intertwined with their words, and come to understand why saying no will feel impossible, not due to coercion, but because the truth embedded in their request will resonate with your spirit's longing. Brace yourself. The moment is imminent. Once they articulate their request, nothing will revert to what it once was.